A content creator by the name of Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews covered a topic concerning the passport bros, where he posed a few questions that I would like to respond to with an answer. So let's briefly review the review.
It's one of the travel goals for a community called the Passport Bros, meaning brothers. It's a traveling community of upwardly mobile black men. Some are accused of going around the world searching for a more traditional and submissive wife. But is it all about sex and just a girlfriend for hire and then return home to humiliate black women in America? That's the controversy that we're dealing with. When you think about and what you've heard about Passport Bros.
Passport Bros. Now, whether you love them or you hate them, the one thing that you absolutely cannot deny is that they've had a major impact on men in the West. A member of the Passport Bros community recently went viral after being ousted out of Brazil after making comments regarding Brazilian women and then receiving death threats.
What I meant by when I said that Brazilian women are easy, and I shouldn't use the word easy, I know that now, I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is, for a man that's well-mannered, well-dressed, that has put in the effort to raise himself, he will have an easier time in Brazil as opposed to where I was from. That wasn't always the case.
So long story short, this brother made a video that he says that the comments were taken out of context. Those comments got out in front of a Brazilian feminist who then took those comments and made it a nationwide discussion. And because Brazil was painted in such a negative light, that's when he had the smoke coming for him.
Your opinion on this so-called group?
Let me tell you, they weren't even on my radar. You brought it up to me, and then I saw it, and I was just like, oh, that's cute. You know, guys go and get their passports. My son just got his passport last week. He's 9, so that's cool. Passport brothers, that's what's up. Then I started doing the research, and I'm like, why do you have to put down the thing that you don't like in front of everybody just to get the thing that you do want? I don't care.
That being black women in America, putting them down for women who may be of color in another country.
Right, that want to be a little more
also submissive
exactly
to them.
But if modern women today are enamored by the Ghost from Power aura, if they are continuing to be unwilling or uncooperative to bang with the average, decent, good, upstanding man in the West, then why be upset when that particular man, whether he's 23 or 103, take his talents elsewhere to find something a little bit more fit within his life?
I can answer that question. The simplest explanation is, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Because under those circumstances, if there's nothing to respond to, there's nothing that could be responded to. However, in this circumstance, if you take into account what the woman said during the news broadcast,
let me tell you, they weren't even on my radar. You brought it up to me, and then I saw it, and I was just like, oh, that's cute.
she wasn't aware until she was made aware. And the media loves to make a mountain out of a molehill, so why not grab an obscure article about nothing and make it larger than life, because controversy sells. And the fact that the single solitary post of one man can arouse national unrest in Brazil is testament to the tendency to make a mountain out of a molehill by the media. So aside from the media's penchant for manifesting mayhem, all would be well had he just gone to Brazil and found the love of his life, settled down and had children on a quiet cottage where he eventually died of old age and no one knows his name. But because he sought attention by posting his experiences for the world to see, he's drawn attention from both the welcome and the unwelcome.
And now for a moment in history.
If you recall the moment in American history where the oil tycoon John D. Rockefeller went to war with Nikola Tesla because of the threat of electricity taking the place of kerosene, which would severely impact Rockefeller's bottom line, you'd certainly understand the reason why the message of a passport bro would threaten the Western woman. So why would a Western woman feel threatened by a passport bro, you ask? Perhaps like Rockefeller, this type of message threatens her bottom line. Her bottom line being the minds of men who she views as potential dating prospects. Imagine if every man stuck in the friend zone decided to take their services elsewhere. Imagine having not just the marital statistics of the West dissuade you from pursuing a Western woman, but also toss in a guy telling you that the solution for your quest to find a disproportionately feminine woman is to go to another country. I imagine that won't sit too well with any Western woman who seeks betrothment or certain genetic material from select Western men. Now, part of what I think the problem is there's a tendency to frame the narrative and the questions according to identity rather than culture, and race rather than behavior. Ask a woman if she believes all women are innocent, most would likely say no. Ask her if she believes that there are ratchet women in America, most would likely say yes. Ask her if she is that woman, most would likely say no. So many would agree that there are problems, but take umbrage with labeling it as a problem with women, even though individually they would agree that there are women who fit the description. So when the narrative is framed as black women in the West are XYZ, you can have 100 black women, 90 of them are XYZ, 10 of them are not. The 10 who are not XYZ will be angry with you for labeling black women as XYZ, and the 90 who are XYZ will run and hide under the argument made by the 10 who are not XYZ. So the problem with Western perception will only be addressed when women begin distancing themselves from those who fit the description.